I get asked sometimes, why run a business that makes no money? It makes no sense to a lot of people. Well, I'll tell you why in a second. There's a lot of reasons. But first, I need to establish that if that's the case, if you're able to do that, you do it because you're able to. It's something you do on the side. It shouldn't be the only business you have. So if this is your only business, don't do this. But I learned all this from my landlord, my old landlord in LA when I lived there. He owned half of Studio City, and I interviewed him, and I have it on the Prosperity Secret DVD disc set. You can get it at prosperitysecret.com.
It seems so clear to me, and I don't understand why it isn't clear to other people.
Now you might say to yourself, a business that doesn't make money doesn't sound like you know a lot about business. You must not be very good at it. It depends on the purpose of the business. If the purpose of the business is to selfishly make lots of money and profit, then yes, that might be the case, but that's not why this business was created. See, my intention was to use the very best ingredients possible, just like Rolls-Royce wants to make the best car possible. Now, for every one Rolls-Royce sold, there's 1 million Fords, Chevys, and Volkswagens that get sold. Does that mean Rolls-Royce is a worse product? No, it's in fact better. It's just fewer people can afford it. But what if you sold the Rolls-Royce at cost? More people could afford it. Not that many more, but some could. And that's the situation here. I wanted to create the very best product possible and make it accessible to as many people as possible. But what about the profit? What about, being able to make money off of it? Well, I make my money in other ways, and it all connects, and I'll get to that in a minute. And this is the lesson of success that I'm trying to give to you here, because it's not always as simple as it seems. Everything helps everything. It's all connected. So what I do is I at least make sure it's able to break even, it's able to make its money back, and do so consistently. So after 10, 15 years, if it's still going and it's still making its money back with no advertisement, then obviously it's a good product because people are telling people about it. Anyway, so that's the foundation of it. Now let's get on to how you make money with something that doesn't make money. One of the main reasons is credit. Now, most people don't understand credit. They don't know how to use it properly, and they use it irresponsibly. They buy things they can't afford, hope they can pay it off, and then they run into trouble because the interest rate is really high, or they just bit off more than they can chew. But there's a smart way of using credit. If you get $1 million worth of sales, and after you pay your bills and you pay your taxes, you owe nothing, you get good credit. And that credit is power. And in the money world, your credit rating is how powerful you are, and that determines how much you can do. You can have a lot of money, but no credit, and they're not going to give you a lot of ability to do anything. You'll have to buy everything up front, and usually when you want to try to grow, you can't do that if you have no credit. It's easier if you have no money, but you have good credit. Now, this is where a lot of people go wrong. They don't know how to use this to their advantage, and they run into trouble because, again, they buy things that they can't afford and they can't pay back. So I'm not going to go into the whole thing there, but one of the reasons you can run a business that does not make money is the credit. If you run a lot of money through your bank, that gets reported, and the banking institutions talk to each other, and they'd say, this guy runs X million dollars through his bank account. And of course, if you owe money, that's going to show up on your record too. But if you make a lot of money income-wise, but you don't owe anything at the end of the year and you pay your taxes, you get really good standing with everybody. And think about it. If you were going to lend money to somebody, who would you lend money to? Somebody who's responsible with their money, who shows that they can pay everything back very quickly, or somebody that talks big and puts on a good show but doesn't really pay things back? So the first step is get good credit. The second step is you invest. Now, a lot of people think investment means you buy something and you hope it goes up in value. For example, real estate. But it doesn't always have to be financial. Investment to me isn't necessarily a money thing. It's investing in your reputation, what people say about you. Is your product something that people get results from? So much so that their life changes and they tell others about it. Well, that's an investment. If I create something, even if it's at cost or I lose money on it, but it helps people in a way, and those people tell people and their lives change because of it, that's probably the best investment you can make, is your reputation, because that will speak for itself. You won't even need to advertise because that'll happen automatically. That's important. Now, the only thing that I say about a business that doesn't make money is you need to be able to break even. Otherwise, you run out of money and then you're in the hole and now you're in trouble financially. So don't misconstrue what I'm saying with having something that loses money steadily and will never stop losing money. Then now you're going to run into trouble. There's going to be nothing left at the end. And you're going to be in the hole just like the people that took credit badly and abused it. So you need to be able to break even. That's kind of important. So as long as you can stay steady, break even, you get good credit, you can invest, you got good reputation, you use that to your advantage. And then you have other businesses that benefit from that also. So always create something that helps people, always create something that makes the world a better place. And don't worry about the profits. Don't worry about how much you get out of it, because that's the wrong way to think about business. What you should think about is, what am I giving to the world? Am I helping people? Because the payback to you will come automatically. Somehow the world will always pay you back, always, and you will be taking care of yourself. So keep that in mind. Think outside the box. Don't think black and white. Money, spend. Doesn't work that way. Use things to your advantage that helps others. That's always what you should do. Help others, and then somehow it comes back to you. Read The Prosperity Secret. You can get it at prosperitysecret.com. It's a book and a DVD set. And I also wrote a little pocket book, Instructions for a New Life, which helps you change your frame of thinking, think outside the box, and learn to use your inner GPS. So I hope this helped. I will see you again with hopefully an improved life somehow. See you next week. Bye.